Hey YouTube, how you all doing today? So I decided to make a YouTube video today on the Apex Legend Champion tier list. And this is my take on how I think the meta is going so far and how the season is running. So this is my personal opinion on how I'm going to be placing all these champions. And I think that the way I'm going to set up everything is mostly going to be aiming at ranked, and my feel on how everything is running so far with all of the games that I played in ranked. But before this video starts, I would like to say, if you do like the video, please feel free to like and subscribe. Also, you can find all my socials down in the description. I do stream at twitch.tv/obk. You can come catch me there, where I usually always stream Apex Legends. But yeah, let's get into this video. So, the first champion we have is Octane. Now, Octane, with the nerf that he got on the stim, it kind of hit him a little bit hard. He went from an S tier champion to I think an A tier champion. He's still a really good champ. His jump pad is incredibly good for rotations. The only downside to the jump pad is that you can't do small rotations. You can't take small jumps off this pad. So that's why mostly the reason I put him an A is because of the stim. That really made a big difference on the playstyle and how you would play Octane. I'm going to be leaving him an A. The next champ we have is Pathfinder. Now, Pathfinder is an A champion, A tier champion. With the removal a low profile, he's all legs, so it's doing really well for him. And one thing about Pathfinder is he can also, with the meta right now, you need to be always focusing on your rotations and how you're going to move to the next position. With the zip line, it's a good rotation that you can take. And one thing about Pathfinder is he's good with kills, with securing any kills with the grapple. So I'll be leaving him in the A tier. Next, we have Rampart. Now, Rampart, I'm just going to put him in the F tier. I wish they could add another column down there, which is just for Rampart, where you can just put her there and leave her there. It's Apex Legends. The game consists of third parties. No matter where you go, you're gonna get third party, and just how the game works. You need to keep moving. You can't be sitting on one place putting up barriers and just hope for the best. And another disadvantage for Rampart is her shields you can break them very easily. It's nothing special. So Rampart's she doesn't fit in the meta right now. If we go to the next champion, it would be Watson. So Watson, I will place her in C. That's where I think she should be. Watson, she's good. She's okay. The game is just currently too aggressive for her. Her fences are buggy as hell. You can play around them, you can shoot them, you can break them. It's just, her fences are just not great. One thing that is good is her ultimate. Now, with everyone running grenades and the Valkyrie Q and all those things, her ultimate is really good from stopping all of these things. If we go on to the next champion, it would be Wraith. Now, in my opinion, I think Wraith, she's an S tier. Always be an S tier, and especially now when they removed low profile, Wraith is really, really good. And if you have a Wraith and her ultimate's up, she's amazing. Her rotations that she can take with the whole team, and it also guarantees you to take no damage. It's just a really good ability. If you know what you're doing with her, and her Q is a 50-50, so if you just know when and where to Q, you're good. I just think she is an S tier, and that's where she belongs. Moving on, we have Fuse. Now, Fuse I'll be putting in the D tier. Fuse is not meta. He's not a meta champion, but if you stack up on grenades, then he's good. If you can get a lot of grenades, arc stars, thermites, he's going to be strong. His ultimate is bad. He's just not a good champion if he doesn't have grenades. Unfortunately, he doesn't fit in the meta right now, so that's why I'm not placing him in C. So I'll be leaving him in the D. Next champ we have is Revenant. And Revenant, to me, I think he fits into the B tier. He's not S, he's not A, but he's definitely a B tier. So Revenant his Q is amazing. His Q is really great for fights, for silencing the legend's abilities, because a lot of these champions, they rely on their abilities to survive. And the Q is also very great for zoning. You can zone people from entering this or there or doing that. And the best thing about Revenant is his ultimate. It's a second life. It's just a really good ability if you know when to place the totem. And if you're running a Revenant Octane comp, you're good to go. You can take any fight when Revenant's ult's up. Next champion, our new champion and the latest addition to Apex Legends. And I think she is definitely an S tier. Yeah, that's where she belongs right now, and she deserves it. Her movement with her passive, the jetpacks, are amazing. You can make good rotations, get in and out of fights easily. That's if you have fuel. Her Q doesn't do a lot of damage, but it stuns. And that's good for engaging or disengaging from any fights. But the best thing about Valkyrie is her ultimate. You can make insane rotations. You can really take the skies and just go wherever you want. And then something that really works well with her ultimate is you can see on the map where everyone is. She picks up people on the map, and that, to me, I think is a really good ability in the meta right now. So she deserves to be in the S tier, and that's where I'll be leaving her. On to Crypto. Now Crypto, in the hands of a good player, he might be a B tier, but I will be placing him in C next to Watson. He's good. He's good for scouting. He's good for his drone is really good with the rezzing. And one thing that makes Crypto a C champion to me is that his EMP can break the Gibby ultimate of the Gibby bubble at any time, and it's free damage. You can be farming your Evo shield at any time, and he's really good for setup. So you send in the drone, you EMP, and you're setting up for the next fight for your team to go in. But to me, that's about that for Crypto. If you don't know what you're doing, he's not a great champion. The game's really aggressive, and when you throw out your drone, you're stationary and you can't move. So that's why you need to know what's going on around you and who's next to you. So that's why I'll be leaving Crypto in C. Moving on to Kustik. This bad boy, I'm going to put him in the B tier. He's good. Kustik's really good with his gas traps. People can't push you as hard if you're playing Kustik. You throw a couple of barrels down, and these people can't play aggressive against you. Downside is that you can break these things a little bit easier than I would like to, but he's good for setting up positions and holding any position. And he can also play very aggressive with his ultimate. Just throw in that gas over there and you just take that fight. And now we get to our favorite champion, Gibraltar, Mr. Gibby. Now, unfortunately, this champion's been S tier, and he's been S tier for many of seasons, and he's really strong. He's a great anti-third party champion, and he's really good at, I think, the best champion for pushing. You dome in front of you and you just run, and you can be pushing any team, and with his ultimate you can zone people. He decides how this next fight's going to happen, and he's an amazing reset champion. And not to mention that he has his gun shield and his fortified. He is one of the hardest champions to 1v1. The only downside to Gibraltar is his hitbox. He's a big guy. But every comp consists of a Gibby right now. If you go into any ranked match, there's always a Gibby in the enemy team. It's just how the meta is running right now. So, moving on. We have one of my favorite champions. A lot of people are probably going to argue with me. They would say that she's now, with the nerf she got to her Q, a C or a B, but I'm going to put her in A. I think she's still good. She's really good. You have to play a little bit different now than you used to. You just throw your tactical and you go up and you sit there and you can shoot from on top. But that's not, you have to change your play style with her now. Now you use it for getting in or out or just getting height. I think she's still pretty good. Her ultimate helps the team a lot if you stack up on grenades and you get a good ultimate. It's just she's good to engage with fight. And her passive is still really good for not taking any fall damage or getting slowed by any falls. So to me, I feel like she's going to be an A tier champion. I still like to play her. She's one of my favorite champions. So I'll be leaving her in A. Next we have Lifeline. Now, I think Lifeline's better than she was the previous season. Now that she doesn't have the shield anymore, the race shield, but now she can double heal. She can heal 2 people at the same time, and she can cancel it if she wants to. And with the removal of low profile, she's even better. She is one of the, I think she has the smallest hitbox in the game right now. I just think that she's doing really well, and she's in a good spot, so I'll be leaving her in B. Next, we have Loba. Now, if we had a extra S plus tier right here, I would have put her right there. You know, for those good ultimates, right? Yeah. I think Loba is currently a B tier champion. That's where I would put her. Her black market. If you place that thing down, you get it's a big area that she's covering. And you can get all the ammo from there. So you never run low on any ammo. And one thing that made Loba very bad in the previous seasons were her bracelet. The bracelet was so buggy. You could never, no matter when or anything, it doesn't work. It never worked. You're so slow when you're moving and everything. So now that they fix it, she's much better. She can take easy heights. She can get in. She can get out. She's a lot more mobile. Moving on to Mirage. So I'm going to put Mirage in E. He's not good, but he's not Rampart, so I'm gonna put him just above Rampart. Mirage, I feel like he's a public champ, like a pubs champ. He doesn't. It's easy to counter him, and he doesn't bring anything to the team. I'm gonna leave him in E. Now on to Bangalore. I'm going to put in A. Now hear me out. If Bloodhound wasn't meta, she would have been an S tier. She's really good with her movement, her rotations that she has with the smoke, her ultimate that zones people. Her passive is really good. That the speed that she gets from she's a really good champion. Now, the only reason I think she's not S is because Bloodhound is everywhere. And Bloodhound scans and ultimates can see you through the smoke. So I just think she's in a really good spot right now. I'll be leaving her there. And then moving on to the last champion, we have our favorite champion, Bloodhound. Now, he's most definitely going to be S tier. That's where he belongs. He's a little skill, high reward champion. He gives a lot of information for free. The Q cooldown is not even that insane. When you ult, you have a couple of Qs every second. He's just such a rewarding champion for little skill. That's why most of your comps you'll see now is Bloodhound, Gibraltar, Valkyrie maybe, or running an Octane or Lifeline. He's just been very strong. The only downside now is that they nerfed his tactical, that he doesn't get any assists on scanned champions or scanned enemies. But yeah, I think that's it. This is my champion tier list for Apex Legends. This is my personal opinion, so if you think otherwise or have any other opinions, you can feel free to leave it in the comments. I think it's pretty good. This is pretty accurate for how everything is running right now. So, thanks for watching the video. I hope you'll have a great day.